Ruadhán ving bobl rhyfedd, sut mae diwrnod wedi bod, rwan ydyw croeso dyn cartref mŵr, and now in Saesneg, and now in English. Good morning, my strange people. How has your day been? I'm Ruadhán, and welcome to my spooky home. And so I didn't even put up the last one I did yet, but it is just now getting, what's it called, edited down to a thing without all of my stammering and whatnot. So what am I doing here? Good question. I used to know, at least I think I did at one time, perhaps. I'm not sure. Do I know anything at all, ever? Anyway, on the good side, at least as of right now, I have not really gained beyond where I was at this point last year as far as my weight goes. But here's the fun part, is I haven't really lost any either. So I'm like kind of back to exactly this point last year. Please. Okay, no. Okay, there's just the one side where I get to pull in the elastic. But on the good side, this skirt has been like way too loose on me for quite some time, and I've been hoping to size it down. So all I did was took some scissors, tore the seam on, you know, the waistband, pulled in the elastic, looped it. When I get home, perhaps tomorrow before my show or something, I intend to cut and stitch the elastic properly. So what the hell? It's I did mention that I didn't even post the thing I filmed last time, which was about 2 weeks ago now. So what am I doing filming this one right now? Because the other one is getting cut down to size, and I am planning to go out now, and I will hopefully get this one uploaded in less than 2 weeks, right? That is my goal, is to... Why do I keep picking up scrunchies, thinking that my hair has not been set in rollers since earlier today when I got up? Fuck if I know. I'm a creature of habit, I am. What was I doing? Fuck if I know anymore. No, I don't have enough time to do eyelashes. So, one thing that I have learned by, you know, having, like, these are the thin lenses for my glasses, okay? I am incredibly nearsighted. I have a very sharp astigmatism. Technically, I need, you know, a new prescription than these. These are not even, you know, the current prescription. I've got an appointment because public health crisis, and the optical shop has decided, oh, we're not doing this without an appointment. I'm like, seriously? Okay. But yeah, I can't do strip lashes, at least not without being willing to sacrifice the ability to see all night. Because they get stuck on the glasses. At least most of the strip lashes I've used. I will occasionally find some shorter ones, but yeah, people who do strip lashes, they, like, I don't know, like, there's a lot of very fanciful strip lashes, and I am at a point where I'm like, really, I can't, I'd like to, I'd love to, but unless I am okay with being unable to see all night, I really shouldn't do that. That is not really an option for me. I can't even wear contact lenses. Like, this is my life. So, where was I going with this? Anyway, I am going to say, I'm gonna spin off from the whole, like, topic of eyeglasses. So, there's a lot of really gorgeous, fanciful eye makeup, tutorials for a gothic look, and yet myself, who is pretty much forced to wear glasses, and only glasses, because I am one blind-ass motherfucker, right? Anyway, I can't really do those, so here's my advice for those much like myself. And on the good side, goth makeup is ultimately unisex. Like, seriously. Are you gonna look at, like, Johnny Slut, Roz Williams, Gavin Friday with Virgin Prunes, bunch of others, and tell me that there is not a fundamental unisex quality to the gothic aesthetic as far as, like, fashion and all of that goes? Like, seriously, are you gonna try and convince me of that? Because you won't. Where the fuck is my... Oh, right, I know where I put that. I mean, goddamn, I've known far more, lady goths who will do a Robert Smith-inspired look than I know guys, even how Andrew Eldritch and all of them would, dress in the 80s and stuff with, you know... I mean, yeah, you can say that's an inherently masculine style, but at the same time, society is totally okay with, at least to a certain extent, because I hear a lot from butch lesbians I've known in my life. It's not exactly, like Western society is okay with, women sporting a masculine look, at least to a point, like, but the point where Western society considers it too masculine to be okay is a lot further down the masculine end of things than it is for people who appear to be men whilst dressing effeminate, right? Like, we've just gotten to a point in our cultural history where drag is at least acceptable as an art form, and even then, there is still much of the world that can either be considered a part of Western culture or at least has taken a lot of influence from Western culture for a number of reasons, many due to colonialism, but son of a bitch. I always forget that spot. I often forget that spot. To be fair, it's been a while since I've been doing my face on the regular. But anyway. You know, we've just reached a point in the history of Western culture wherein it's at least acceptable enough in many countries that within certain contexts, people who are, or at least appear to be, men can look as feminine as they want as long as they are doing it as a performance art. So, again, like I said, like, women get a little bit of freedom to be more masculine than preferred, but at the same time, there's a solid argument that this is due to widespread cultural misogyny, etc., etc. But, where was I going? Right, yeah. Gothic looks related, you know, at least that we can say has been very well established within the subculture, because I'm like, first off, to say that goth is only the music, I've gone on about this before, it seems a little bit short-sighted. It's, cause frankly, like, if my sister mama decided that she was, you know, who's like 85, and like the most normal, sweet woman in the whole world, and I say most normal, and I'm like saying like, well, I mean, I guess for people about her age, she's, at least depending on where you live, she may seem a lot more progressive, but yeah, like, if she decided that tomorrow she's the biggest Susie and the Banshees fan, if she decided that tonight whilst I'm putting my face on, what would that mean? Would that mean she is indeed a goth, or would it mean that she's a Susie fan because, you know, she's not an active part of the goth subculture? And yes, regarding the subculture, I do use the two terms interchangeably. Why? I'm old. That's what we've done. That's been a thing, like, since the 90s. Like, after goth started coming into its own, like, you can say, oh yeah, like, the seeds of the subculture were germinated and gestated in the 80s, but it didn't really start coming into its own as a subculture distinct from the a lot of other factions of the post-punk movement until early 90s. That's not any sort of condemnation against, like, obviously, like, my favorite bands were from the 80s. You know, Virgin Prunes, anything with Roz Williams, Fields of the Nephilim, Shriekback. Of course, you can argue with me that Shriekback isn't goth. I'm like, goths love Shriekback. It's like how goths love Enya, except less Enya, right? Like, goths love Enya, goths love Stevie Nicks, but seriously though, goths love Enya. Like, I can understand Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks, you can make a solid argument that she was, like, doing alternative country to some extent, at least, you know, maybe a third of her songs anyway. You can make that argument, and, you know, it's pretty solid. I'm not going to make it right now, because I don't feel like it. Okay. Hey. That is the one that I have dedicated for eyebrows. So, right, how did I start this? Right, I went on about the inherent androgyny of, you know, the goth subculture's typical aesthetic, which I'm using correctly there. Like, aesthetics is not just fashion. It's not just decor. ContraPoints does a really good video, like, going on about how aesthetics is the philosophy, a branch of philosophy that concerns itself about the meaning of beauty within either a philosophy, within a culture. It's the philosophy of beauty, the meaning of beauty. So yeah, like, I can say there is a gothic aesthetic, like, not just in terms of fashionable dress or interior decor or whatever, but in a basic, you know, like I said, philosophy of beauty and what it means to be beautiful and all of that. I love it, right? I have a thought, I think I'm gonna go somewhere with it, and then I remember that something that I needed has been left in the other room, and I go and find it, and I come back, and I'm like, what the hell happened to my thought? Let's have a moment of silence for the thought that almost was, right? Now, as far as makeup goes, a lot of gothic eye makeup look is not very glasses friendly. Like, I've seen people say, oh, well, I have to wear glasses, and you can get away with doing so much more elaborate stuff. I'm like, no, you can't. No, you can't. I mean, to be fair, though, it's been a while since I've seen people make that kind of absurd-ass claim. So, yeah, I've seen people claim, oh, well, you know, the thing and the thing, and when you've got glasses, you can get away with, like, so much elaborate stuff. I'm like, no, you can't. Not if you want to see it. Like, not if you want to actually, like, have your makeup be observed and appreciated by those you're going out with or going out to see, right? Like, that is... No, like, elaborate, fanciful makeup looks do not play well with glasses. Which is one of the reasons I have decided to, just give this broad advice, because I am shit at tutorial-type stuff. So yeah, what was I saying? So, some broad advice. Now, I know, Gothic Soulflower, she's another one of my Gen X GothTube lovelies, and she's done at least one that I can clearly remember, maybe a couple others, of makeup tutorials for glasses. I'm sure there are others who have, but she's the big one I can remember right now. So if you haven't seen it, go check her out. Find her gothic makeup tutorials for glasses, because I am shit at tutorials. Why? Because I have to mash the goddamn mirror up against my face while I'm doing my eye makeup, and that is, like, that does not go well with tutorial style stuff. So thus the reason why you will not see me doing any, like, solid, what's it called? Makeup tutorials. You will see me do, DIY tutorials when I can, when I've got an idea that I can film well enough, but you won't see me doing makeup stuff. Why? Because these are the thin lenses for my prescription. Like, seriously, when I say that I'm half blind, even with glasses, I am not joking. Without glasses, I do fall in the realm of legally blind. Where was I going? Somewhere up my ass and around the corner, because that is how I do, I suppose. Anyway, so if you, like myself, are burdened with glasses, either due to financial constraints or prescription, or if you're one of those people who can wear contacts, you have a set of contacts, but you just feel like wearing your glasses tonight, maybe you want to give your eyes a little rest from your contacts, I hear that's a common enough thing. Speaking of, I should get some non-prescription, colored ones. I've wanted a set for a while, but at the same time, I don't like those goddamn fantasy contacts. I really don't. I think they look so tacky unless you're going for a specific fantasy kind of look, right? Without that kind of look, I just find them tacky. No offense to anybody I otherwise like and respect. It's just, I just want to make my thoughts on the matter clear. So, so yeah, when I get around to having a pair of colored contact lenses, they're just going to be a brighter shade of green than my eyes naturally are. That's just all I want to do. I just want to have, like, you know, brighter green eyes. Especially because I think my eyes would technically be considered a green hazel. They depending on temperature, mood, sometimes they're a bit greener, sometimes they're a bit more olive. They tend to hover around mostly at the olive end of green eyes, so occasionally people will think that my eyes are brown. They're not. It's just like whatever the hell is going on with my body temperature, the temperature outside, etc. That's just, yeah, broad advice for makeup with glasses. My advice is, like, if you're gonna do an eyeshadow look, no more than 2 colors. Beyond that, you are stretching the limits of what can be appreciated through your prescription. Like, seriously, I've seen people try. I've seen people with, you know, a weaker prescription than mine who, for some reason, are wearing their glasses, you know, like, that's okay. You know, they're your prescription lenses, you need them. I've got no issue with that. On the other hand, if you're gonna go, like, more than 2 colors, it's not gonna pop, you know, it's not gonna look as nice as it would without glasses. So 2 colors of eyeshadow max. And sure, you are welcome to try and press your luck with that. You do you, shine on, you crazy diamond. Just keep in mind, people aren't gonna notice it as well. In fact, it is very, very likely that, you know, if any photos are taken of you for that club night, which may or may not make their way onto the club's website, which will probably definitely make their way onto Facebook, because this is the world we live in. But yeah, like, keep in mind that when you do that, like, when you do more than 2 shades that are expected to be seen through glasses, just 2 shades max. That's all I have ever done, at least since high school, when I barely had an idea what the hell I'm doing with makeup and all that, right? Like, barely anybody knows what they were doing with makeup when they were in high school. Like, Jeffree Star, even. Like, I know, controversial as all shit, but he has gladly shared photos of himself since high school. I remember seeing these because I remember when he was in high school and on MySpace, becoming the self-appointed queen of MySpace. But yeah, like, Jeffree Star even has shown that he had no fucking clue what he was doing with makeup when he was in high school. I mean, kinda had a clue, I suppose, in a sense, but was it a good clue? Not really. Did he execute it in any degree that would be, you know, that would age well, that would make him look like anything but a teenager who is just learning how to do his own makeup? Of course not. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Like, don't. Like, if you're gonna do, more than 2 shades that you expect to be wearing glasses over, you're probably gonna look like a teenager who's just learning how to do their makeup. No offense meant to teenagers who are just learning how to do their own makeup. We all have to go through that stage at some point. That is just a fact of life. That is a fact of life. That is a fact of goth. That is a fact of just being you. No matter how weird and or wonderful you are, and yeah, I know, usually in my world, both of those things are very synonymous, but there are times where it is not a good thing to be both. So yeah, as I implied earlier in this, like, just don't do fanciful shit with your eyeliner. It will not show through. It will not show through. It will not look good. You will not succeed. You're not going to be having a good time. And also, strip lashes are the enemy of many prescription lenses. In fact, non-prescription lenses, I'm willing to bet money that non-prescription lenses are not happy with strip lashes either. Do singles or stick with mascara. There's really no other way around that. That's just a fact of glasses. That is just how we have to go with this. That is just one of those unfortunate realities that we have to live with. Now, one of the rules of makeup that many people touted in the 90s, I believe this is often sourced to Kevin Kwong. He's a makeup artist, well, was a makeup artist. He passed away around 20 years ago, shit. I think this is one of those things that's sourced to him. Bright eyes, subtle lips, or subtle eyes, bright lips. And with glasses, you're always going to want to go subtler eyes, brighter lips. Unless, like I did a couple of weeks ago, where I wore a nude shade on my lips, but it worked. And now if you're gonna do now when you do that, when you do bolder eyes, softer lips, more attention is going to be drawn to your eyes, which means more attention is going to be drawn to your glasses rather than, you know, your whole face. It's a balancing act. There's really, like, no other way to describe it. Like, you're going to figure out what's going to work with your prescription in time. And hopefully, you will look fabulous. You will make it work for you. But yeah, it can be tempting to go, like I said, bold eyes, soft lips. At the end of the day, it can vary. Like, it's not a hard and fast rule for glasses. Other than that, I gotta go figure out what top I'm wearing. I've got, like, maybe, I got a little more than 15 minutes because the thing went off. And oh, right. Oh wait, no, the big one is in my thing. Oh shit, I gotta take my hair out. But as I'm doing so, yeah, other than the you know, don't feel like you have to stick with bold eyes, soft lips with glasses, or no, don't feel like you have to stick with soft eyes, bold lips when you've got glasses, because it will it varies. It varies. I've known a lot of people who, like myself, are wearing glasses for whatever reason that night. Not too many like myself who are half blind even with their glasses, but at least not that I've met. But I've known a lot of people who, when they're doing their glasses, will kind of fall into this trap of softer eyes, bolder lips. And it's not necessary. It's not necessary. There are no hard and fast rules with that. It just depends on how you're doing your face, if you're doing it well, and you know, like, if it just works for you. Like, does it reflect, like, not only your identity as part of a subculture, but does it reflect your personality? Because, you know, at the end of the day, we're all so much more than these, you know, 20-ass micro-identity labels, right? Like, so yeah, like, does the look that you're doing reflect who you are and what you like and all of that? If yes, go with it. Like I said, like, it's not necessary to stick with bolder eyes or bolder lips, softer eyes when you've got glasses. Other than that, yeah, I need to find a top and take the rest of my hair out. The thing went off maybe 5 minutes ago. I've got no sense of time. I never did. That's one of the hallmark traits of ADHD, you know, and not wild fucking mood swings like a certain not good Hank. But, yeah. So yeah, as always, feel free to stalk me on social media, which is a phrasing I use very loosely. I'm not especially afraid of stalkers, but at the same time, like, I've got a little niece. I mean, granted, she doesn't live with me. She doesn't even live in the same town as me. She lives at least a good half-hour drive from here, but, you know, little niece, a literal 6-year-old, and that's, yeah, I'm gonna, so, I mean, like I said, I'm not especially afraid of being stalked, but whatever, I'm just, whatever, I'm talking myself into nonsense again. Anyway, if you wish to follow me on various social media platforms, Linktree, linktr.ee, /Ruadhán1334. That is Irish Gaelic spelling, Ruadhan 1334. Because why? Because I forget how to count in Irish. Yeah, feel free to listen and hopefully buy my stupid music off of Bandcamp. Some of it is on Spotify and Apple and all of that shit, thanks to the lovely people at DistroKid, who I pay an annual fee to, so whatever. And I will be having a song coming out on a compilation from Mystic Fragments Records sometime in the near future. The guy in charge, he lets me know when he knows. Linktree, Bandcamp. If I entertained you and you have $1 to burn, paypal.me/Ruadhán, Ruadhán. Or if you have more dollars than cents, because hey, I'm a dad. Actually, I'm not. No, that's not happening. I'm not even gonna, like, there is no long-term potential between me and another dude who's got kids. Like, nope. At least not if they're living with him full-time. But yeah, if you've got more dollars and cents, patreon.com/Ruadhán, Ruadhán again. Also, thanks to my Patreon supporters, Ali Valkyrie, Susie Bika, and Karen L., one of my lovely YouTube subscribers, who's very, very sweet lady, very friendly, all of that. Other than that, bats and kisses, nosta achwil. Ah, damn it. Okay. Fuck it. I'm just gonna... It's not great right now, but oh well. In... Tree, bedwar.